This is your fault. I told you these plates weren't legitimate. Now, we're both going to jail. Settle down, Brenda. You knew exactly what you were doing. The third time, my license plate vanished. I found a pink HOA ticket tucked under my wiper that read, "Illegal modification, patrol confiscated evidence," and I laughed so hard I almost cried. Let me back up. I drive an old silver pickup. It's clean, it's legal, and it has current tags. I park it in my own driveway. The first plate went missing on a Monday. I thought some kid took it. I filed a police report, went to the DMV, and got a replacement. The second plate disappeared 10 days later. Same spot, same quiet night. That's when I started to feel watched. Like eyes were peeking through blinds, counting heartbeats in the dark. I brought it to the HOA board. Our president is the classic HOA Karen. Sharp bob, sharper voice, sunglasses in the shade. She said, "Trucks invite crime. We are increasing patrols." She made air quotes with patrols, like it was cute. Our patrol was 2 middle-aged guys with yellow vests and a used Crown Vic with a magnetic light bar. They loved to slow roll past houses like they were in a cop show. They even wore little badges that said community compliance. I asked if they'd seen anything, and one smirked. Plates get lost when rules get lost. It felt like a threat wrapped in a smile. Neighbors told me to let it go. She finds people who fight back, one whispered. Another said they called the tow on my cousin for a dent. The board's email said, I was out of compliance because my plate frame was not uniform, which made no sense. I tried another appeal meeting. Brenda slid return-to-sender envelopes back across the table. Read the bylaws, she said. We keep our streets safe. Safe from what? My truck. When the third plate vanished and that pink ticket waited on my windshield like a mean little gift, something changed inside me. Fear burned off. I got mad, but it was a cold, clean kind of mad. I looked at the ticket again. Confiscated evidence. Evidence of what? Owning a truck. So I made a plan. First, I mounted the new plate with breakaway screws so it would come off easy. If someone tried again, I didn't want them to damage the truck. Behind the plate, I tucked a tiny tracker the size of a coin. Then I installed a dash cam and a driveway camera pointed dead at the plate. I printed a small note and taped it inside the tailgate. Smile. Petty? Maybe. But I needed the smile more than they did. Next, I called the non-emergency line, but I didn't stop there. I looked up who investigates plate fraud in our state. It turns out the DMV has investigators. Real ones, not cosplay. I told the investigator everything. I sent them the ticket image, the emails, the board's weird uniform plate frame rule, even a screenshot of Brenda's next-door post bragging about cleaning up trucks. The investigator's voice went flat. Plates are state property, he said. Nobody removes them but the owner or law enforcement. Keep your tracker on. If it moves, call me. 5 nights later, at 2:13 a.m., the driveway camera pinged. The Crown Vic cruised slowly. Lights off. My dashcam caught a gloved hand reach around my bumper, twist and lift the plate like it was a prize. The guy held it up to the moon, admired it, and slipped it into a folder. Then he set a pink ticket under my wiper. The car crept away. I didn't make a sound. I just watched the tiny dot on my phone walk across the map. It went down Maple, turned left on Primrose, and stopped inside the HOA clubhouse parking lot. I breathed in, breathed out, and tapped the investigator's number. He answered like he was already awake. Stay put. Keep eyes only. 15 minutes later, I heard a quiet knock and opened the door to a plain sedan and 2 people in jackets that said, DMV investigations. No drama, no music, just crisp calm. One officer asked if they could view the footage. We watched the grab, the smirk, the ticket. He nodded once, then radioed something simple like, confirm ping at clubhouse. People always say, revenge is loud. Mine started out soft as we rolled over to the clubhouse in the investigator's car, my heart thudding like bass in the trunk. The lot had 5 cars. One was the Crown Vic. Another was Brenda's white SUV with the I Rules bumper sticker. The clubhouse lights were on. Through the glass doors, we saw the patrol guys laughing, stacking plates like playing cards. I counted 5, then 7, then 10. They had a whole sad trophy shelf of stolen metal. The investigator didn't storm in. He walked, slow and polite. He held up his badge and said, "State investigators. Don't touch anything." One patrol guy tried to hide a plate behind his back. And the other said, "We're authorized." Brenda stood up from a folding table and jabbed a finger at me. "He's the problem. He refuses to follow our standards." "Your standards?" the investigator said. "These belong to the state." Everything that happened next felt like a movie scene I'd been waiting my whole life to see. He opened their folder and found my plate with my tracker shining like a little star. He looked at the Crown Vic and read the plate frames. Community compliance. He asked who told them to do this. Brenda opened her mouth, then closed it. The patrol guy tried to blame guidelines. The investigator read Brenda her rights and explained the law in slow, simple words, like a teacher to a loud student. You do not remove plates. You do not impersonate law enforcement. You do not issue fake citations. Neighbors had started to gather outside the glass doors. Phones out, recording. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." Someone else laughed that sharp laugh you make when the bully trips. The patrol guy who smirked at me before looked very small now. The DMV team called local police for support. A real cruiser arrived, with real lights. And that's when the whispering turned to full-on commentary. "Get the popcorn," a teen said. My neighbor, the quiet one with the succulents, whispered, "Finally." The police officer asked whose idea the pink tickets were. Brenda tried to stand tall. "We are keeping property values safe," she said. He said, "Ma'am, property values do not give you police powers." I can't lie. I felt a little bad. Not for Brenda. For the neighbors who were scared all year. We had all walked a little faster past the clubhouse. We had all paid stupid fines because we were tired. The investigator wrote something up, an order, a suspension, a notice. All official. He told the board their patrol was suspended. Effective immediately. The magnetic light bar came off the Crown Vic right there, like a toy being taken from a child. The fake badges went into a plastic bag. The stack of plates became evidence. Mine was handed back to me on the spot. The word tampering hung in the air like smoke. Brenda tried one last speech. "You can't do this," she said. But her voice broke on the word can't, and someone in the crowd actually snorted. The patrol guy who smirked at me wouldn't look up. Another neighbor said, "Smile," and that made people laugh. Because that was the word I'd taped on my truck. By morning, the video was everywhere. Group chat, next door. Even the school mom's Instagram. Comments poured in. "This is wild. HOA gone too far. Imagine stealing plates." The board posted a shaky statement about misunderstandings. The police posted a very clear one about unauthorized enforcement. The DMV investigator filed charges for plate theft, and the city fined the HOA for impersonation gear. Brenda lost her position as president at an emergency meeting. And when she walked out, neighbors didn't clap, but they didn't hide either. They stared. She had always loved being seen. Now she finally was. The aftermath was quiet in the best way. The pink tickets stopped. The Crown Vic disappeared. People waved more, like a storm had passed. We had a real community meeting a week later. No sunglasses, indoors. No finger pointing. We talked about porch lights and speed bumps and actual safety. It felt like we took our street back. I mounted my plate again that evening. I kept the tracker, just in case. As I tightened the screws, my neighbor with the succulents came over holding cupcakes. "Heroes need carbs," she said. "We eat them on the curb under the soft street lamp glow." And we laughed the tired laugh of people who won something small that meant something big. Do I feel bad about the humiliation? No. She wasn't embarrassed because we were mean. She was embarrassed because she got caught. There's a difference. Now when I hear engines at night, I don't tense up. I sleep. My truck sleeps. The street sleeps. And if anyone still feels the itch to play pretend cop, they remember the night the real badges walked in and took back the toys. Please subscribe to Karen Conflict for more HOA showdowns like this. Do you think she got what she deserves? Comment below.